Who wants to do a recap?
We are recording.
Because I will popcorn and I'll go alphabetically.
I feel last session we didn't do too much. I think it was a lot of fighting, but it started off. We were with the Rat Queen. Kind of got that all squared away on what's going on. Convinced her not to release the plague. They fell back in love with each other.
Mm-hmm.
We had some very uncomfortable interactions with his sister, Alderin and his sister.
Yeah.
There was some weird stuff. We went to the bank,
Mm-hmm.
stole all of the contents from that safety deposit box, and are now the proud owners of land.
Technically, we stole the entire safety deposit box.
Yeah,
that's true. And then we went to the warehouse and
burnt the property you just stole.
I'm sorry?
You burnt the property you just stole.
Yeah. We let Dumb and Dumber kind of be the voices of the party and cause a lot of mayhem. We ended there, right? We killed a bunch of people. Just at the warehouse. We were told not to kill anyone, and now we've killed about.
Well, we didn't kill them. They died in a tragic fire.
Mm-hmm.
The tragic warehouse fire.
Tragic. Which we will investigate as the new owner of this property.
You file the insurance claim.
We'll build the tower's location here.
I did love the three of you making like an extremely tactical decision, positioning yourselves ready to strike, taking advantage of your successful stealth rolls, and then go in the building. No, come out of the building. No, go back to the building.
We're just trying to offer a realistic portrayal of management. Just back and forth orders. And we saved all the warforged.
You did.
And we found out the beholder was behind it all, and
was the illithid? I quoted the illithid will be pleased. I don't remember what that was from though.
But it was written more of like a name rather than the race itself, because there was like the I and the D were capitalized or something.
Yeah, the T and the I.
Oh,
the T and the was capitalized.
So it was written more of like a name or a title.
Yes, and if you recall in the vision you guys had the 2 sessions ago from the rat, there was somebody in a mask.
Mm-hmm.
The Mind Flayer mask that was speaking to Mikal.
We totally would have remembered that.
Somebody's pulling Mikal's strings.
His tentacles.
His tentacles. Not tentacles, his eye stalks. Yeah, eye stalks, not tentacles. Well, yes, that is where we left off. You guys are outside the warehouse. It is currently up in ablaze. And there are several warforged who are still bound, sort of sitting outside of the warehouse now.
Oh, now we have witnesses?
The hostages?
They're rescued.
Whatever you want to call them.
Do they seem scared? Or are they like observant?
There are roll an insight check.
Guidance.
15.
15. I'd say some of them look kind of scared. Some of them are a little scared. Some of them are like look a little more confused rather than scared. I think they've started to like slightly understand the situation of like it's been a lot of back and forth of whether or not they're going to be freed, and some of them are still a little confused on the matter. I'll say you notice one of them towards the farther end, this sort of what's the color? What is the color? I didn't look up what this color is technically. I have it. Where is it? What is the color? This sort of like slate-ish, like lighter gray color warforge. Very like smooth facial features, but there's a lot of like almost like these scars, almost like dings, scorch marks on their arm.
Mhm.
You notice they are sort of staring at you, all of you, and they're fidgeting in the like on their back where they're bound.
Do they look like similar to the Warforged that I had seen in the hotel room in the beginning
No,
of my thing? Are there
no, you
different
don't.
looking Warforged?
This is a different, not like it's not the same person.
Because I didn't know. Because I remember the person in the hotel room was like working on that Warforged in the room, like doing
Yeah.
like mechanical work on them. I don't know if I could deduce that that kind of mechanical work might produce similar physical marks on these Warforged, or this is more like they're being beat like slaves.
Um. Well, maybe an investigation.
Okay. Ooh, nice. Dirty 20.
You think that like a couple of the marks on like this warforged face look a little more like they were hit, but the marks on their arms look like wear and tear from work.
Okay.
More of like less of like them being worked on and more of like some sort of whatever labor they were doing.
Okay. Um, do I recall? So Warforged they're like semi sentient, like they were created to be
So
like
I guess I can,
fighters, but they're now like around and they're just kind of like here.
yeah, I can give you a brief history of them in the world. So Warforged, this last war that occurred on in this world that only ended 5 years ago, lasted for like 100 years. It was a very long war between all the nations in the world.
Mhm.
And Warforged were a creation, I believe, by one of the Dragonmark houses, the House Cannith, the House of Creation, to be soldiers, foot soldiers in the war. And a part of the magic that was used in their creation sort of gave them sentience. And
Was that
since
like a byproduct or was it intentional?
a byproduct gave them, it was not an intentional piece of the design. And since the war has ended, there are like hundreds of thousands of soldiers created exclusively for combat who now have no combat, who now also have full sentience, trauma from war, and are just sort of pushed off into the world.
Now, do I know from Archibald's worldliness and reading of the newspapers, is it discussed ever if the sentience is like, are they fully sentient or is it like they're like kind of predisposed to violence or like servitude or something, or are they like legitimately like fully sentient?
It's a big topic, a big contentious topic of debate, especially in Sharn right now, of whether or not Warforged deserve to be treated like people.
What do the Boromir think of them?
The Boromers, hmm, I think the Boromers think, at the very least, the Warforged are good workers and a good source of income.
They're not like prejudiced towards them though.
No, I think
They're
the Boromers care
they're
more.
as accepting as a organized crime family can be towards.
Yeah, it's less of like we're really pro this and more of like, well, will they make us money? Will they aid business? Yeah. Oh, can they give us information that we can't typically get? Oh, sure. Yeah, that's fine. They can be there.
I think the first thing that Archibald would do is to tell them, everybody, don't be alarmed. We're just here to try to figure out what's going on.
Anyone else? chiming in.
I'm gonna walk up to the warforge on the right
Mhm.
and tell them to get up and turn around and start looking at how to free their shackle or their rope or whatever's on their hand.
So they're going to tentatively stand up, and they eye you sort of up and down for a good like minute before they slowly turn, and you can see that they've already gotten a lock on their chains almost undone, and their hand is sort of like half pulled out.
Um, am I able to like just pull it out entirely now?
Yeah, I'd say give me a sleight of hand check. You can have advantage because they've already gotten a good portion of the way through this lock.
I'll help you since I'm good at this.
I rolled an 18. And I have a
Yeah, you
positive
can
to it.
kick the handcuff the rest of the way open, and they'll sort of shake their wrists out, look up at you, and go, thanks. I'm gonna assume you're not here to finish the job.
You're fine. Well, you're good. You're free. You're free.
I am.
While they're doing that, can I look for like water or something to put this fire out?
Let it
You-
burn. We want to get insurance on it.
If
Oh
you
my
want to
God.
try.
I won't stop you as the new owner.
Yeah,
I have
Rinley, you can do an investigation.
Does Lily know anything about where Dr. Chef came from before he went to culinary school?
Dr. Chef, from what he has said, he was like a field medic in the war.
Did he have like another name before Dr. Chef?
Or just
So, from what
doctor.
really you know, with a lot of Warforged, they give themselves names because they were not given any. It was a lot of numbers, number and model.
Do I know his
So,
number and model? Just anything to make us non-threatening.
I'd say you probably have learned what his original like designation was, his number model. What that
Okay.
is, off the top of my head, but you would, I'd say, yeah, you'd know him enough.
Do I know from him if there's any like Warforged retraining centers in the city, like outreach centers that would help them find things to do now?
Does the Towers run a charity?
I actually don't know if the Towers does.
Borman might.
I think, yeah, I think you would definitely know of a place like that, 100%. Through him, yes.
Okay, I think I'll talk to the Warforged that Richard had previously freed. And say like, oh, I actually employ a Warforged. He went to culinary school after the war, and um, he told me this location you could go if you'd like to be retrained to re-enter society.
That's nice. What city are we in?
Oh, we're in Shan.
And you see they sort of like, their eyes sort of dart side to side and go, oh, fuck, that's far.
Where did you come from?
Oh, I was in, it's a little village over by Drome. And you know Drome is a nation on the other side of the continent.
Good
Oh,
lord.
You've been
all of
smuggled
you?
for a while.
Hmm?
You've been smuggled for a while.
Yes, it's, you see they sort of put their hand on their face. It's been a long journey. A long journey. I ran. My name, and she puts her hand out. I'm Micah.
I'll shake her hand.
And
Lovely
you
to meet you.
Hmm?
Lovely to meet you.
Yes, lovely to meet you. And you see her arm is like all scorched with like these flame marks. There's cuts, indents. It's like I ran a repair shop. out over by Drone. It's nice, I did mechanics for the army, and I got a shop set up, and then the desk came in the night, and I haven't been home since.
So sorry. Would most of you like to go back there?
Oh, the rest of them aren't from there. They've been
Oh,
picking
where's,
one by one.
oh,
The desk.
right.
Them.
Does Lily know how hard it would be to actually get them back to where they came from? I'm assuming pretty fucking hard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It would be pretty hard.
They're stuck here right now.
Well,
yeah.
I failed my investigation check on waters, but while I was looking, by chance did I find a cart that we could give them?
A card. What was your investigation check?
A 6.
No.
I lied. I have a -1. It was a 5.
There is not any kind of cart in the vicinity, unfortunately. Nor any
Okay.
hydrants of any kind here.
Any what?
Hydrants, because he was looking
Oh.
for water.
Oh yeah.
There, like, I can bring you by where I live. I live close by a community of warforged. Maybe we can reach out and try to see if we can get you guys places to sleep at night, or try to get you guys settled here at least for a little while. Get you situated.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great. Oh. Thank you, I guess. Thank you for getting
Don't
us.
thank us yet.
I didn't realize the desk were all the way here in Sharn.
quite
was used to
unfortunately
being-
so.
Hmm?
Quite unfortunately so.
Yes. I was used to dealing with them at home. Guess something changed.
Do you know
Well, you'll find no friends at the desk here,
Pierre?
Well,
Or what's the beholder's name?
Mikhail.
Mikhail. Do you know Mikhail from your hometown or anything like that?
No, I've never who's that was the beholder. Yes.
Yeah, it was
I've
Beholder.
never seen him before. The Daskar, they originate from Drum. I
Do you
guess
know
they've
of do you know of a
made their way
name
up.
Illithid?
Gonna roll something. No, three's a three. No, I don't think I haven't heard that. I heard they mentioned a couple things. Well, I only heard they didn't really talk much about what they wanted with us, but they made a comment once amongst themselves that we were going to be repurposed. I don't really know what that means.
We can try to look into it. See what's going on with that. Do we know the location of where they were going to bring them next?
No, that is not any information we were ever given of where they were next meant to be transported.
I
Well,
think there was mentions that like someone was gonna pick them up for another shipment, right?
yeah, somebody was coming here, but now that there's smoke in the air, I don't think
I
they're
was gonna
coming here
say,
anymore.
the whole building's ablaze.
Is
Yeah.
there any? I'll tell you what.
Probably leave.
Is there like a loading bay, or is there like? Are we right on a major road where like a transportation vehicle would go? You know, like is it obvious based on like the warehouse building where like they might be loaded?
One of the things with Sharon is being that it is a vertical city,
Right.
a lot of the transportation are through sky vehicles.
All right. Yeah.
And currently, like there was a whole section of that warehouse just sort of open to the air that both Lily and Catherine jumped through to get to the one
Yeah.
bridge.
So that's like
So-
where it would come in.
You'd imagine it was probably some kind of air transport.
Now, is this air transport? Is it all like people have to drive it and maneuver it themselves, or is there like lanes that are like predetermined where we could like get an idea of where these vehicles might go, or is it
It's
like
a
new every time?
I guess one of the things of Sharn is it's a lot of chaos. So there aren't
Okay.
really set lanes. It's just more of like people independently driving their vehicles through the sky.
Sure, there are recommendations of where they should go.
Yeah, but
But
you'd imagine a criminal organization probably doesn't give a shit about the city recommendations.
We don't see any like trucks or any sky vehicles like coming in as we're like waiting, as if they were supposed to be coming in, or anyone like circling.
At the moment, no, you do see many like going by in the sky.
Okay.
You're in the district you're in is cargo transport.
We
we're
really
also
should be moving. They're going to see
yeah,
smoke.
that they already see it. I'm sure they've
Uh,
reported it at this point.
would
it
Lily
can
know any
Let's
like back
get
alleys
going.
we could sneak through to get them through the city?
I think you can probably make a roll for that, definitely.
I'd love to do that.
That would be maybe survival. I'd give you advantage on that.
Could it be like history to remember?
Sure. Yeah, sure.
Cool, with advantage? Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
Incredible. 17.
17, I think you can definitely lead them through a less populated route out of this district if you would like.
do the rest of them need to be unhandcuffed?
Yeah.
I can start doing that. I have good sleight of
Oh
hand.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. You won't need to make a roll over the time of
Oh,
moving
okay.
slowly unhandcuff all
I would have
of them.
gotten a 26 anyway. So
Yeah, that's more
and
than
then
enough.
as I'm unlocking them, I'm like introducing myself. I'm like, "Hello, Archibald Montgomery Towers," and then like business card. Reach out to me if you need anything.
Michael will lean over to you and go, "Is he a businessman of some kind?"
Sorry.
Is he a businessman of some kind?
The small man?
Yes.
Yes. Well, yes.
I see the
Why?
work end for him. I see. Mm.
Hmm. Yes, I personally, and I'll make sure that Archibald isn't within earshot. I personally wouldn't do business directly with him, if I was honest.
Archibald's busy doing real work and helping people actually, so he doesn't care what the whispers behind his back say.
Getting his hands dirty.
I'm literally gonna send them to like vocational school so they can become members of society. What are you talking about?
There's a lot of society at the towers for them to be accustomed to.
You can pay them below minimum wage? I don't think so. Thank you.
They get subsidized refugee pay.
Damn.
That's
They're part of a
crazy.
work study program too.
The fact that
They go to
the
culinary school.
refugee crisis as well, that makes sense for the towers.
Mm-hmm.
So, but wait, you seem to be doing business with him.
There's kind of a contract, not with him, but with someone else who's employed us both.
Okay.
Kind of a lesser of two evils situation.
Okay. I guess that makes sense. What do you, if I don't mind me asking, what were you guys doing fighting the Dasp? Were you just there?
Can I insight check this?
Yeah,
Vibe check.
vibe check.
I want my actual dice back. I got an 8.
An 8. She's just asking. She's asking.
Well, that's between us and our employer at the moment. But I'm very glad that we were able to free you.
Guys, we really do got to get going.
Oh, you guys are walking. You're walking.
Oh, I thought we were on time then. Okay.
You weren't there.
He's just yelling at all of us as we're already walking.
So I'll ask, where do you want to walk these warforged to?
How many are there again? There's a lot of them, right?
There's like 25 fish of them.
Oh, there's only 25?
Yeah, there's not like 100 of them.
Okay, I was thinking there was like 100. Okay. Does Lily know if that like Warforged Community Center is open right now?
So it's getting to the end of the day.
Could she like make a call?
I was gonna say, let me call my mom.
I was gonna say, yeah, you could definitely make a call. It's probably though more in the lower end of the city because the
Would it-
Warforged, the
I'll
Warforged is
start.
the end of the city.
Would
Right.
I
I think we'll
know?
start walking that way then, but making calls on the way.
So as you guys are sort of walking out of the city through a more secretive route, you start to pass out of the district. And as you guys get towards the edge, you see the Rat King, Cat, and Malady in the back are going to sort of pull you guys to the side and be like, hey, thank you for everything you guys did. Oh, we're going to go. If that's all right.
Are they saying this to all of us?
Yeah.
Okay. Watch your backs out there.
Sorry, I don't think that we've met before. That's fine.
I did see you shoot a guy just before. So I make a deception.
Like me.
Make a deception check. Then both for the roll.
15.
Okay. One of them, that'll be the Malady. You see Cat just looks a little confused, and Malady narrows her eyes for a second and then doesn't say anything. And Cat's just like, okay, well, nice to meet you.
Theoretically, while we were walking, could I have confirmed with Lily if we could give them the password to the bar? Sorry, the club.
Yes.
The day.
Which to which one? Which people the password?
The two lesbians.
The lesbians.
I forget their name. Melody and Kat. Sorry.
Not
Melody.
Melody. Like the illness.
Right. Makes sense.
Yeah.
And I think I'll let Renly know that I actually thought they were like super fucking cool, but down low.
Really, I thought they sucked. I'm just kidding. I'd like to think
I didn't know you were homophobic. That's insane.
I'm just
I think
anti-people.
I think we need to have a one-on-one.
I'd like to think I carry like business cards that have the password.
Oh.
I would argue that Lily is so magical that she has business cards that you can only read the password on it if we gave you permission to be able to read the password on it.
110%.
Oh, it's for sure like unseen script or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah,
For sure. That's it.
And if you're not supposed to read it and you do, it's just the middle finger.
It's
Well,
just
it's classier than that, but okay.
gibberish.
Sorry, it's two middle fingers.
Yes.
No, it essentially tells you like, don't read.
Oh. Cat will look at it and go, I don't think I've ever heard of this place.
Good.
Okay.
Well, it's a though, huh?
Well, I guess we'll see you there at some point.
Are either of them wearing the locket that I stole and gave to them?
Which one did you give it to?
I think I gave it to Malady to give to Kat.
She does have the locket on.
All right, good. I'm gonna give them a preloaded sending stone with my top hits on it, and say that they'll need some music for the road.
Give them the new vinyl press.
Yes, that I always have with me at every waking moment, and it's signed.
Forget, did either of them clock that you? Unless I can't remember.
I don't know, but I'll tell them that
Yeah.
I have sapphic coded songs, so they'll like
Oh
it.
yeah, Malady did. Malady
Yeah,
clocked.
she was like, why the fuck is there a pop star here?
Free of charge. If you need tickets to a show, whenever you come back, I mean, it'll happen.
All right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I guess yes, but they're not just holding a vinyl.
We're
Great.
surrounded by warforged.
But it's thank you all for just what you did. It could have just been very easy for you all to come in, see the two of us, and kill us because we looked like obvious culprits.
We would never.
Definitely.
So, thank you. If you're ever in need of help fighting the Dask, I guess you know where to find us. Honestly, you guys might need the help eventually. we did kill a lot of them very openly in the public public there.
Well, and then he knocks on wood, the nearest wood thing. And then speaking of that, is there an insurance office nearby?
Nearby, no, but you know of an insurance office near the towers.
And would
Oh,
this?
do you know a lot about insurance fraud?
I don't know anything about fraud, but I'm well versed in insurance.
Insight check.
Deception.
Yep.
I'm not very good at insight. If really
Ooh.
well.
I got a 23.
I'll do the insight check.
Okay. Can I help?
You can give yourself guidance, Tim.
Yeah. With the help, I got a nat 20.
Let's fucking go.
John, I take it working for a crime family who does less of like public beatings like the does and more of private crime. I'm gonna take it that Archibald does know a lot about insurance fraud.
I think that insurance fraud is something that is in the eyes of the beholder.
Mhm.
Literally.
Exactly.
I would also Archibald, I'm going to assume that was probably his bread and butter for advice with the Boromers rather than more physical crime.
My advice to them?
Yeah, probably more so where you might have been a help. I'd imagine being.
I will say all that he'll say off the record is that we take in more insurance money than we pay out.
So yes,
He'll detail no further.
All right, let's get you all to a community center.
but yes, Rinley, you definitely clocked that. Archibald knows a lot more about fraud than he lets on.
I also want him to know that everything is on the record with me.
Rinley is the record.
Yeah.
But yes, you guys continue on as you get to like the edge of the district. You can see from the positioning you're in, there is a crowd at the border of the district. And make a perception check on the crowd.
Can I give someone help?
Yeah, I got it. $25.
You see this is looks to be a crowd of reporters who are sort of like pushing up at the edge of the districts, and the watch are sort of like you see a lot of like
They're trying to get in to the
yeah.
district? Oh,
There's a lot of like questioning of the officer, a lot of writing. You see a lot of notebooks floating in the air and a lot of just ambient pens writing.
Does Catherine have like an easy disguise she can pull up?
I do.
Yeah.
And
Put that on.
is she contacting the person at the community center as well?
I mean, you can contact the person at the community center.
Okay, I'll tell Catherine where it is and then stealth. Because fuck that.
I can stealth too. I'm high enough.
You need to do a stealth check. I will say the rest of you are inconspicuous. You're just people.
Does
20.
does Archibald know of any publications that are, we'll say, sympathetic to the Boromir clan?
There are probably some publications that are in fact sympathetic to the Boromir clan.
Would he like know any of the reporters or like have any? I can't read that.
You definitely have some in your pocket.
Do I like recognize any of them there? Like if we're going up to the crowd, could I like get the attention of one and talk to them like in confidence, like on the side, be like, oh hey,
Yeah.
if we're going near this crowd,
roll a investigation check. If anyone would like to approach the crowd,
I want to give a sympathetic reporter the scoop.
Catherine, you're also welcome to approach the crowd of reporters.
I mean, I would love to because I love making it about me, but I don't know if everybody else wants that.
I got an 18.
So here's what I'll say for Catherine. There's a very good chance that if you make yourself seen, they're not going to fucking notice the rest of you.
I mean, that's very true. I can take it on.
It's for the fact of you are a celebrity, the rest of these people are not.
I mean, I guess I could pop out and say hi. It would deter from everything else happening as well.
You do have a crowd of warforged that need to get past this.
Alright, I will go to the other side of where we are, if I can make it over there. Just so it's like,
Yeah, you have enough stealth.
They're talking to me, and directly behind them is this parade of warforged. And I would just, start making it about me.
Archibald, you can approach with Catherine. You definitely recognize a reporter. I'd say it's an older man. He's a halfling, sort of graying beard, graying tufts of hair, with a little newscap hat on, who's rapidly like chastising a watch person. Is one of the older reporters that the Dawn likes to employ to write the pro-Boromir content.
I think that he would flag him over, be like, "Oh, hello there, old acquaintance." Get him over. We got
Archibald.
Have I seen?
Young sir, it is good to see you.
Have I seen something today? I have quite the story for you, and you'll be the first to have it.
Oh, do you?
There was a vicious attack. We barely escaped with our lives. The Dask were cutting their way through the poor, impoverished districts, lighting buildings on fire, indiscriminate violence. What a disgusting... They attacked the church.
They attacked the church.
Attacked the church, wanton violence, which resulted in the burning of this warehouse.
Oh, is that where all that is coming from? We've been asking these watch for hours what's been going on in there.
The very same. It's all connected.
So you're willing to give a full first-hand account of what's been going on in this quarantine zone?
Anonymous tip.
Anonymous. Now, I can keep your name off the record, but you did say we. Are you with more than just you?
You know me. I never reveal my acquaintances.
I take it, and he looks at Catherine, who is making her way into the crowd of reporters. You with her?
You know we have some of the biggest guests stay at our hotel. And then as the Towers branded cigars visible on her person.
Are they, Catherine?
Oh, of course, I got one tucked behind my ear. And
God.
I keep my hair back to like, oh, it's a coward cigar, actually.
If there's been a travesty.
The brand speaks for itself.
I'm the travesty here.
It's not lit right. I'm scared of the ashes in the air.
There's been a travesty,
Dude,
everyone.
the family press person is killing themselves right now.
You're not wrong.
Archibald, as you say that, we'll go over to Catherine. Catherine, how are you approaching this crowd? There are people clamoring up to you. Mr. Farland, what are you doing here? What's going on?
Well, I came to celebrate, the parade of peace with the church, and the DAST just came out of nowhere and really started screwing some stuff up. And I mean, we know that they've been a problem in our city for a long time now, but I felt like I was at risk. I'm not gonna lie.
And there's a gasp, a series of gasps.
I know, me at risk, crazy. Um, but yeah, no, not safe. They literally had like pretty much flamethrowers, and they were literally just trying to burn down buildings.
That's
Um,
horrendous.
it was kind of crazy, but I was here trying to do some charity work, see the church, help them out, and
Do you know
this
anything
has
of the
happened.
plague? Do you know anything of the plague? What's going on? Is the city at risk?
I think me, by gracing myself in being here and doing a prayer or two, my vocals have actually started to, relieve the stress of the rat flu amongst the population.
You see the crowd.
Archibald will say, "Praise be."
The crowd is surging forward, and they say, "Wait, Mr. Farland, are you saying that you cured the rat plague?"
I would never take credit because I do believe in science, but no, definitely not me, but like a group of friends.
And there is just another surge of questions as several reporters are just in your face as you're going back and forth and back and forth, and you get a little message sort of into your mind, and you hear, "You want to break away from the crowd? Give your story to an actual reporter." And you sort of turn and you see a woman standing off, back away from the crowd, not crowding you, in this sort of like bright neon pink little like blazer skirt combo, big pink like fedora, curt little blonde bob with a notebook and a pen scribbling next to her, just floating.
Oh, she looks like a bitch. I want to go talk to her. So I'm gonna walk away from everybody else and just be like, just so you know, Kimmy, no part of this. And then I'm gonna go walk over to that other reporter.
As you walk off, people are they're attempting to get closer, but at this point the watch has sort of stepped in to sort of prevent more of a crowd on you. Archibald, you can keep working the crowd now if you would like.
He does.
And I do want both of you to make performance checks with how well you did. You can give each other essentially advantage with both those speeches you gave.
It's the Tower Cigar. I mean,
That's right.
Performance.
We rolled it ourselves.
Locals. Nat 20.
Rolled on site.
God, I hate you. I actually hate you.
Jesus. God.
Oh,
18
so much
performance.
fun with headlines for next week. Because now, literally anything you and Catherine who have said to these reporters will be put in there.
Here we go.
And Archibald, yours is mainly going to be for your guy that you were talking to. So you can pretty much, with an 18, I'll say you can spin your story how you want. So you're Boromer, pro Boromer reporter. I'm so excited for the pop star cures plague headlines that will be.
I hate this, dude. Lily's like on a rooftop nearby, like
Having an aneurysm.
ready to kill somebody.
Just angelic voice, you know?
So you are able to walk off, and you come up to this woman. She is smoking a cigarette. Yeah, 110%. She looks like fucking Reese Witherspoon, Elle Woods, legally 110%. And she'll have her cigarette off to the side. Didn't think you get away from that crowd.
I mean, when I see someone like you commanding the space, of course I want to come over and see what it's all about.
Oh, coming from a star like you, that means a lot.
Oh,
Name's Liza Lamplighter, Sean Gazette. She'll
oh.
stick her hand out for shade.
You know me, Catherine.
Oh,
the Farlands.
city knows you, miss.
Oh yes, oh yes. What kind of brand of cigarette are you smoking?
I don't know cigarette plans to make a pun.
I think this would be more fitting for a woman of your caliber.
I try to stay away from cigars. Personally, but I appreciate the offer.
I'll see what else they have in stock. But okay.
So it seems you're putting on quite a show up here.
I guess you could say that. Just, visiting.
Visiting to the quarantine zone.
I mean, I felt bad for these people.
I think the world does.
Exactly. So we gotta do what we can do.
Now, I myself gotten quite a report. You see, people were saying there was a group investigating a murder in the quarantine zone. You know anything about that,
I'm,
Mr. Fox?
I'm sure people die here all the time.
People do. But a dock captain?
The dock captain?
Yes.
Wow. I was just here helping my friends. They were having some relationship trouble, and the rat plague was kind of like at the center of their problems. And I was just trying to help them, navigate their feelings and understand each other.
Of course you were. Now, each one of those rats out there are all fighting to have the first headline out. But you see, I don't care about the headlines. I want to know what really happened.
A woman of substance, I see.
Quiet. And I think that the best stories come directly from the first hand.
I have to.
That you do, Mr. Farland. That you do. She'll put her card out to you, and it is a bedazzled pink card with her name in full pink pen across it. Now, if you're interested, tell him what you saw in there. I'm willing to write about it. And I'm willing. But you vet everything that goes.
Wow. That's very important, actually. And, I got that feeling from you just by your image. And I feel like spiritually we're kind of connecting right now.
I feel that. And should blow a little smoke ring up.
Well, you'll definitely probably hear from me.
Do you know of anyone else who wants to give their story? Send my way. They can have a look at it too before it goes out.
Can I look at the card and see what's the name of the paper and if I am familiar with it?
Yes. The name on there is what she said when she's with the Sharn Gazette. And from what you understand about the Sharn Gazette, it is very much like whereas as what she said, a lot of reporters, especially now, are just sort of writing on topics to write on topics, going out for the headlines. The Sharn Gazette is more old school.
What did they rate my album?
Ooh.
I'll say, this is what I'll say. In a sea of tens, just saying it was great, the Sharn Gazette wrote an actual in-depth review and gave it a 9.7.
Okay, so I will try to get on their good side.
In a sea of what you saw is just like, oh, okay, yeah, they gave a 10 and said it was incredible. Okay, revolutionary. You saw an actual in-depth analysis of somebody who took time in it.
Was she the person?
She didn't, no.
Okay.
She doesn't do music.
Sure she doesn't. But I mean, are you interviewing anybody else about the stories around here?
It's a big drag. Well, that depends. Is there anybody I should be looking at?
I don't know, is there?
I don't know. I did get reports of about, she starts counting on it. Five of you. Some reports had a woman in there, another one, but that wasn't consistent.
Where'd you get these reports from?
There's a lot of people that walk around these streets. City. Some say 2-pack, but I don't think so.
So all I'm just saying is, do you like trust all of your resources? Obviously, looking like this, you can't walk around and do some detective work. I mean, Major Slay if you can.
Have you seen some of the people that walk around this thing?
I mean, half of the people in this district alone were just rats. So actually, you're not wrong.
Give you a couple copies of her copy.
All right, I'll pocket them all. I'll put them in my little cigarette briefcase thing.
You have anyone else that wants to give their tale? I'm always willing to listen.
What district is she in?
What district is she in? The Star Gazette's more out of a middle wards district. I can give that to you later. There's a lot of districts. She's more in the middle wards.
Okay. Last thing I'll leave off on is what is their opinion of the Warforged? If they have one, and if I would know it.
Roll a history check. Roll a history check.
15.
15. I say in this moment of you trying to look like trying to think back, the Sharn Gazette they've done a very deliberate job of, rather than trying to just write about a Warforged issue, they've went out and talked to them.
Okay. Okay. Nobody saw that they came out though, right?
I'll have the rest of you over there roll a stealth check as a group with advantage from the great distraction going on in front of you.
Do I count in this since I already stealth?
You already stealth. What did you get before?
22.
Yeah, that's fine. But Dick and Rinley.
Were we trying to like sneak the Warforged pass, right? That was kind of the
Yeah. Mainly just not drawing the attention of a crowd of reporters.
13.
17.
With advantage, guys?
22.
There we go.
You're a monk.
I rolled like sub 6 on every stealth check.
So I'll say definitely you guys are able to get sort of the crowd by unnoticed.
Okay. I'm not going to bring it up to the reporter then.
That's
But I will
fine.
keep it in note that they might be a valuable resource down the line.
A reporter willing to give you a veto on an article?
Exactly. Oh, who came to save me when I was in my time of need? The Warforge. Okay. I will leave you right now. I'm sure you have more detective work to be doing, and you know, actually,
Is that what the cigar's for?
it calms my nerves.
Mm-hmm.
When I have my voice back, you know, we'll continue the interview.
Oh, of course. I'm always available, especially for you.
I'm gonna give her like the French, like, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll also give her a copy of my signed CD if I have one on me.
Thank you. So valuable.
Look inside. Cigarettes.
At that, you see her like she cracks for a second.
Just like I said, you know where to find me, and then I'm just gonna walk towards the direction everybody else went.
Archibald, is there anything else you'd like to do?
I think really he's still gonna be just telling people the Dask did the assassination and attack, like he said,
Mm-hmm.
and I think he won't mention the towers as much because he's talking about a violent attack.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't want that to be explicitly associated.
Are associated.
But he will slander the Dask organization.
Excellent. Okay. And you rolled a very nice performance check, so you can slander them quite effectively. And you are welcome to go off with catch up with the rest if you would like.
we will return once the conference is done.
So, Lily, where are you intending to leave this crowd?
Like the crowd of Warforged and everything. I would like to lead them to that community center if Catherine was able, or if I was able to make a connection with like a phone call or something.
I think that's a completely feasible thing. You were able to get in contact. It's
Okay.
so a lot of like the phone calls here in Sharn are basically just like a more magically advanced sending stone. One of the Dragon Mark houses, House O'Brien, they are the mark of communication. They have fully revamped communication in the city where you can do sendings through the house to anybody in the city for just a gold cost.
Fuck yeah. Okay.
And for like you and Catherine, who have a wide expanse of money, you are basically able to get calls off whenever you need. Especially the two of you not only having money, but also being important people in Dragon Mark houses. You are able to get calls off, no problem.
Okay. Yeah, I think I would contact the person who probably set me up with Dr. Chef.
Mm-hmm.
And just be like, are you guys still open? I'm coming with like 25 Warforged. They need a place to stay ASAP.
For like the rest of you, if you wanted to send off a sending message, it would be like 25 gold, and then like an additional 5 for every word over 25. Or that's 20. It's 5 gold, and then an additional 5 for every word exceeding the 25 word limit.
Oh.
Yeah. But yes, you can send off a sending to the community center. You do get a response. It sounds sort of flustered on the other side of like, wow, 25. Yes, we can get that done, Miss Keith and I. We can get that done very quickly. We're happy to
And
take
then
it.
I'll let. What was the name of the one that we were talking to before? It started with an M.
Micah.
Micah. Um, I'll let them know that they have a place to stay for at least tonight with that group, and I'll kind of lead the group in that direction.
All right. Micah will say, thank you. That's more than I would expect most people to do.
I'm more than happy to do it.
And she'll continue walking on with you all, and you can drop them off at the center.
Perfect.
And once they're dropped off, you guys have completed your mission. What are each of you? Just you 6 here now.
I think I got to go home.
Do we have to meet up with that guy again, with the mission giver?
Oh yeah.
Mr.
Didn't he leave on a train?
He did leave.
Mr. Brown, who are we supposed to hand this question to since you assembled us all?
What do I usually give it to my friend, right?
Yeah, you do usually give it to Victor. Roll.
I'm going to think that we are going to be getting a visit from something fairly soon. But what do you want me to roll?
I was gonna say no. You pretty much. I was gonna make you roll a history check, but you just said it. But I was gonna tell you. You can probably assume maybe just like if you wait, he'll approach you.
Yeah.
Your trusted friend will approach you.
That is what I'm going to assume. We just have to be
How
patient
organized.
and hope that the person is good with what we've done.
Well,
And not too
regardless,
upset.
that was quite the adventure.
I'm glad not to be fuzzy anymore. Or have a tail.
What time of day is it?
It's probably around like 7 to 8. The sun's going down,
Catherine's
especially,
performing tonight.
especially since you walked off towards the center. It's probably like sun is getting low.
Am I scheduled for tonight?
Yes. Are you feeling up to it?
Oh, I'm always up to it.
I mean, I'm sure that. Well, I mean, then yes, you're scheduled tonight.
Does Rinley still have like the black gunk from the rat eyes like going down
Yeah.
his face?
Yes, it does.
You do absolutely need to shower before you go to your shift, though.
Oh, we're by my place. I got a shower at my place. Nothing
Do
much,
you use
but
it?
I thought
Is
of the
there even
costume party
soap?
tonight as I drag it like a soldier doing like eye black or something.
No.
I'm always game for a theme night.
No, there's no theme. You have a uniform. You will wear it.
I think there could be a theme, a different theme.
Dick, I appreciate the offer. I'll use the shower at the club.
We also have showers at the tower.
Don't, Rinley, don't.
I think I'd rather shower at Dick's than the tower.
Bar beware.
I feel like at the tower you get, you showered in gold. Like
I
a
mean,
golden shower or
Your
something.
janitor wants to like quit.
I
Trust
have
in
heard
between.
no such reports, and neither have you.
No, but I did hear that union is growing exponentially there.
Yeah, well, I'll have to let them know that they should go stop by, check in. You would appreciate that, wouldn't you, Archibald?
The official position of the towers is that we're like a direct line of communication between us and our employees so that we know what we can do to best suit their needs at any time.
It's more than possible with a union.
Do you have a union at your location?
Of course.
Doubtful.
I'll just look at Renly. We absolutely have a fucking union. I will make that very clear.
Dr. Chef is the union rep.
Yes.
We offer a range of competitive benefits to our non-union
As
employees.
do I. Well, I offer them to everyone that works for me.
They do not compare to the luxury benefits that we provide. We have unlimited time off.
Didn't say paid.
Yeah. I'll just kind of look at him
Coupons.
like, coupons. And when do they find time to use those coupons? They have no paid time off.
They have the Boromer store at the towers where they can redeem their Boromer bucks today.
Oh, and what do Boromer bucks get you?
Toothpaste,
T-shirt.
new uniforms.
Oh. So you have a company store?
Of course. We also have a company university.
Are they accredited?
By us. All the
Right.
accreditation that you need for your job at the towers. Like how to hold the door, how to wash a dish.
So what skills do you look for in people who apply?
Ignorance.
Teamwork, family oriented,
Oh, of course.
drive.
That they
Good
can
manners.
drive?
No. That's a different job.
Understood.
We outsource that.
Of course.
Seems
Compassion. Flexible working hours.
Anyway, Rinley, if you're not up to it tonight, you're more than welcome to take the night off. Paid, of course. But if you'd like to go in, that's fine.
I'll go in.
All right. See how my employees choose to work?
Sure. At least
we
I
not?
don't make fun.
Are we not friends at this point?
Of course, Rinley.
Insight.
I mean, you could use a little bit of work on your accuracy when fighting, but other than that,
I
want an insight on your friend statement.
missed one.
21 on insight.
I mean, I'm not
I
trying to be
hope she's
weird
not
about
lying.
it. No.
Roll deception.
No, roll persuasion.
Damn.
23 persuasion.
They seem like they're friends.
A foreign concept to Archibald.
Yeah, you had no idea Aldrin's two siblings were very important women in this city.
Mm-hmm.
Catherine, can I expect to see you at the bar tonight?
I'll definitely be there getting a drink. Performing, I mean, maybe not. I think the paparazzi might, hunker me down in a corner before I
Are we
Yeah.
closer? Are we closer to their den than the towers?
Honestly, Alice's like speakeasy is not that far from the towers. They're pretty close together.
I am quite hungry.
and get a nice steak.
I did hear from Richard that the food at your towers was exceptional, so you might want to go back there if you want a high quality steak.
I'm feeling something a bit more rustic.
Ah, of course. And what would that be?
The finest steak that your chef can conjure up.
Of course. We're always happy to entertain you.
At
I
least this
expect
time it won't be at like
nonetheless.
3 a.m.
You'll see a normal nightlife at the club.
You guys can start heading back off towards the Gilded Cage.
We're not going to my
Is that-
house.
Oh, Mr. Brown. Come on. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy.
Catherine would be game to stop at Dick's house. She loves the slum. She loves getting down and dirty. She
Oh,
seems
it's-
it's an adventure.
The charity never stops for the Belladonna.
You can make a pit stop.
Come on, guys.
I think Lily would want to go just out of pure curiosity as to why he never fucking showers. He
I
wants to know why.
do not want to go to Olivia's dad's spot.
Oh, that's true. Oh
They-
no.
This could be beneficial.
So Rinley, I don't believe you know yet that this is her father.
Yeah, that's why she reamed me out.
Yeah, she
Oh
did.
shit!
Yeah,
Yeah,
she did. Yeah. She
Oh shit! Yeah,
He
she
ate his
did.
ass up.
She did.
Heyo.
Listen.
So, well, Rinley, you could just go to see what it's like. She told you her end of it. You could see what his end is like.
No.
Catherine is going to DM Lily a message and just be like, "Aren't you curious? I want to see what the dick's all about."
I want to know why he cost me $3,500 last night.
Valid point. You could, 5-finger Dutch, 5-finger discount.
No,
Granted,
he
I-
seems like he needs everything he has.
Gonna say I don't know if there's much to take.
No. Although I am curious to meet his partner.
Oh yes, he did mention a roommate.
Yes, and I'm very curious to see who spends their spare time with him.
Maybe we can learn more about him through the roommate.
Well, so the dog never specified roommate. He just said partner.
Oh, sorry, partner.
Partner. Yeah, I just said
Mhm.
partner.
Partner. I need to see what they look like.
Agreed.
So, are all of you minus Rinley going, or is Rinley going?
If the whole group's going, Who am I to say no?
I
Is it
will
on the
continue
way?
to.
Is it
Well,
on
we're
the way to
nearby.
build the gate? Okay, because
We're nearby
Larger
currently.
World is hungry.
Yeah, you guys are because
I am going to start pre-gaming my shift, though.
You're freaking your shift.
We'll be a little loose.
Oh, that's another core value of the towers. We have something called discipline and respect. When
Oh,
somebody
don't-
doesn't fear for their job, they begin to
I
act
don't
like
let
this.
Lily see me do it. When she's like not
Yeah,
looking at
okay.
me, I'm doing it.
I will say, I think that when we're
Archibald can smell the
moving,
liquor and
I am
just say
only
fuck 'em.
18. I mean, like,
when we're like moving through the city, I do want to stealth though.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't want to be seen with them, but I will follow them.
Catherine, as you're walking, you can put your disguise from the spell
I am going to. I'm gonna go into drag.
do quick drag.
No one can see me. I'm just a clown walking in the streets.
Like very Chapel Roan-esque.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
you guys are moving on through the streets. The difference between the streets of the upper portions of the city that you were in for the speakeasy and now the lower portions of the city are quite drastic. The lower city, particularly the lower Dura that Dick lives in and that you also Ridley live in, it's more dark. There's a lot less natural light. You're in a stories and stories and stories tall city. You guys are at the bottom. So most of the light that funnels in through the lower ends are from gaps in many, many bridges up above you. And the neighborhood of the lower Dora is a bit of a rougher neighborhood. It's beaten down, it's broken. There are people just sort of slumped on the sides of the street. There's people sort of scattering as you walk by. You're getting eyed, you're getting looked up and down. I can move you to a nice picture I have for the representation of the lower Dura. Move this.
Who drew the creepy face on the map?
Oh,
Who
someone
drew the
did.
creepy face and the dick on the map? Oh, never mind.
There we go. I have a nice
Wow.
sure.
So rustic.
So homey, wow. I'm sure that's upcycled wood.
It's like I'm in a
Is-
museum. It's like I'm on a safari.
That's fucking crazy, dude.
Are these the bars that perform at partially?
In this section, no.
Okay.
There is a different. There's a district where more of the bars are centered. This is a residential district.
I still want to toss out a gold to anybody that doesn't seem too menacing.
So yes, you toss out a gold. Let me. What is this? You toss out a gold. Any of you have the more rich people have reactions there to the slums you're walking through now.
Dick
Has
doesn't
Lily
look
been
so
in this-
weird now. Everybody else is kind of greasy and grimy like Dick here.
Yeah.
as I see people I know, I'll like nod, wave.
Yeah, Rinley, you a couple times you see people from what like we've talked about, Rinley likes to go and fight crime in the city every so often here in the lower Dura. And I think you see a couple like people you've
Like
helped
crime.
a nod to, people you've worked with as you're sort of walking by. That's to pull something up.
Wait, Renly fights crime?
Yes.
Mhm.
Well, the rest of you don't know that, but Rinley does.
Batman.
That's how I've been thinking of Rinley.
Think more
Um,
Green Arrow.
Oh yeah, you're Robin.
Do I know that Rinley lives in this area?
Yes.
Do I know I pay him better than this?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll file that away. And is this Lily's first time to this district?
Would you have been down here before, Lily?
That depends on what my job was.
I'd imagine you've probably been here once or twice.
Okay.
Not somewhere you'd probably make a habit of.
Okay.
But
Lily was like kind of dressed down a little bit from the clothes she's been wearing. Blend in a little better.
So after a little bit of walking, we are going to approach Dick's apartment. Dick, I believe we described it before, but I would like you to describe it once again to everybody here now that they are seeing it firsthand.
So,
Yeah.
So we didn't go back to Dick's apartment, so we didn't describe it.
Dick's
went to the
building is your classic disheveled, totally unkept building that you walk in, you hear there's like probably domestic violence happening in the room over. Very like loud, noisy. But you can also see like a little old grandma maybe living here and just passing time away. I imagine Dick lives on like the third floor, so right in the middle of everything. His floor is pretty shitty in how it's kept here. Not at all nice or pretty. When you guys enter the apartment or the building itself, it's what's the word I'm looking for? It's partially kept, so off to the left and to the right. I'm sorry, off to the left when you first enter, it there is a chalkboard, not chalkboard. What do we call it, Anthony?
Work board.
A work board?
Like a cork board, like a conspiracy board.
Yeah, there's a conspiracy board. Yeah, that's a better word for it. There's a conspiracy board off to the left, and on it you see there's like little ties of red lines going from thing to thing to thing, and not
Is it all
like
different liquor stores?
no, it like at a quick glance, it's a bunch of like acronyms and stuff like that. You assume maybe other crime cases that he was working on or dead ends, stuff like that. And when Dick walks in, the first thing he does is he starts like writing down on like a little scratch pad right next to the cork board and starts putting a pin up and like resolving what you guys had just done. You guys all following behind while he's working on that. He goes, help yourself to the to the couch right there. I don't know if Johnny's here. Johnny, are you in the other room?
And I forget, Doug, what race is your roommate?
I believe he was a warforged.
I think he was. And you see a sort of warforged open a door.
Johnny,
Look,
these are my acquaintances, I guess. We're gonna be
and
here for a little bit.
you see this silver colored warforged, sort of like very like softer facial features. Warforged in general, if you like look up pictures of them, they don't really have like teeth, eyes, mouth. They have like the shapes of them, but not really them. And you just sort of see this sort of like faintly glowing eyed silver like warforged look out. He's in like a button up, long sleeve button up, and he just sort of looks back. Like, roll an insight check actually on Johnny as anyone.
Us or him?
You guys.
Incredible.
Roll an insight check on him.
Can I help somebody?
Yes.
You have to stop doing that, please.
Ooh. That's gonna only be a 13.
Mine would be a dirty 20.
He looks baffled right now.
I don't think he has friends over much.
Hello.
Don't even.
Is there any food out?
It's wonderful to meet you.
Yeah.
Hey,
Don't worry,
Uh,
I'm not in trouble or anything.
Salutations.
They're not here to
He's looking
rob
at-
us.
he like looks at you a little too long, and then looks back at Richard and goes, "Just like keep it down, Richard. I have a test in the morning."
A student.
Close the door back.
Oh, Johnny, he's a good guy. He's pretty, he's studying and whatnot.
What does he study? Culinary?
I think he wants to be he wanted to be an engineer of some kind.
Oh,
I don't remember
I
exactly.
had
We don't
no-
talk too much.
he's smarter
I
than
had
all of
no
us.
idea that your partner was still in school.
Partner.
It's very
my
impressive to be
No,
providing for two people.
he's my roommate.
When did you guys?
What, you think I'm dating? That dude's not even 21. What the fuck?
Easy.
What?
You told us last
No.
night.
No. I did not
Yeah,
say
you
that. Do not.
absolutely did.
No,
Mr.
we
Brown,
are not
there were
dating.
some heavy implications, but you do not need to worry because we passed no judgment at all.
No, of course not. But you did imply. Also, you implied that Victor was your partner as well.
I did not
Is that
say
also
shit.
not true?
Y'all reading between the lines too hard.
Sir, we
There
would
was
not have
nothing to
come up with
read
that on
there.
our own. Can I do an insight check on Dick?
Go for it.
Oh, anyone want to help me?
Yes.
Give me guidance.
We're reading.
Okay, 17.
17. You see, Dick is like, I think Dick is genuinely like, what?
Yeah.
I
Dick-
want to know if there's actual
baffled.
tension between him and Victor.
No,
At least from Dick's
Damn.
side, there is no romantic interest.
No.
Damn. All
Can I
right.
go in and do an inside check on Johnny?
Lily
Just
actually
kidding,
has
just kidding.
more disdain for Richard now than she did before.
Oh,
She at least respected a little bit about him being poly and how it's done.
are any of our faces on the cork board?
I think on the cork board, I guess give an investigation check, right?
yeah, probably be an investigation check.
Do I live close to here?
Yeah, you do. You don't live that far.
I love it.
I don't know, Dick. Do you have any of their faces on the cork?
I think so if anything from remembering past conversations that I've heard, Dick might have something or might have been looking at at murders going on, and I believe there was a murder of one of the people's friends.
Oh yes.
That was
I think
Catherine.
you might see like a red line about that if you think I was looking at something like that, Anthony.
I think you probably could have been.
I imagine
mean-
that like maybe like there's not a lot of information, but like I saw it in the
Susan?
paper and
Yeah.
I threw it on there in case I saw any repeat patterns in future things.
I think Catherine, with your 11, you'd probably see a news article that says local woman found dead, and a little picture of Susan next to it.
I'm gonna point to it and say, Dick, if you can solve this case, I will give you the biggest check you have ever received in your lifetime.
Well, I mean, regardless of the money, I would love to solve it, but I there's just not a lot of information around it.
Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet, or at
Is-
least
I
things
believe-
haven't lined up yet.
I believe someone like you could really get inside the situation and jab around at it.
That's the goal,
Right.
but your friend's not the only person in Sharn that has been murdered, abducted, or anything like that. The lower slums is really heavily predated on by the gangs and higher ups, or just completely ignored,
Oh,
depending how you want
trust
to
me.
look at it.
I know. It's
Do I,
all too good to be true.
do I see anything related to any of the cases or crime that I was working on?
Would
I mean, I don't know exactly what, like, in my mind, if Dick's heard about it and there was interest in it, 100% there would be little notes at least on the board, just to remind him of like this took place and this was like the calling card of like this murder, or like there was a crime that happened at this location, and trying to tie if like density of attacks or of robberies to pinpoint it onto gangs just based on locality, shit like that.
Yeah, Rinley, what kind of stuff do you think you were getting into?
Um, Definitely investigating like gang related things, but probably not as serious as murder yet, seeing as I'm fairly new at all of this, trying to work my way up, and kind of understand the city since I've only ever lived in the woods or at the monastery.
Yeah, I think what I was thinking about Rinley was that, especially since he's newer in the city, I feel like it was less of like what Dick is doing of solving crime, especially now in the beginning, and probably more of like general vigilanteism for the moment.
Yeah, like
Well, you get like a sense of like how the crime works in the city.
Just if I see something, I stop it.
Yeah, really like, oh, you see a mugging going down, Rinley intervenes, type of thing.
Is there anything in your apartment here, Doug, that indicates that you're like a watch person? Because you've like not been
yeah,
fully transparent about the watchness, but
I imagine if you're, so Dick is right now on the board. If you like walk like this single room that you're in right now, there's like a little kitchenette, a little tie off to like a bathroom with like not even a door but like a drape that covers you from the living room, and his bed is the couch. On the couch you see there
on
would
the bed.
be a frame, um like a picture frame that's face down, um and
I think I would
if you
face it up.
rifle through my shit you could probably find something like an old badge or something like that, but not like just out and about here.
Can I flip the picture frame up?
Yeah, you're gonna do it stealthily.
Absolutely.
I will, as you're looking at the cases and stuff. First, like I think as you're all focusing on the board, do I see anything about like Boromar activities on the board, or are you more blue collar crime?
All crime could be related depending how deep it all goes. So I imagine if the Boromars are committing something and I am aware of it, there will be a line, or at least their name mentioned, and like they're known for this, or like this is a common theme with the Boromars. So if I see this in something else, I have to think maybe the Boromars are involved.
Nothing
Yeah.
about the towers explicitly, though, right?
If there's been a murder in the news or something I'm aware of, then maybe. But
I
I
don't
don't
think
think
anything's been in the news
about the
explicitly.
tower specifically on his board.
so then definitely not.
I
Is
think
there anything? Oh, sorry.
yeah, no, you're good.
Is there anything on the board about anything relevant to Lily or our family?
Hmm. I don't think with like the crime you do. I don't know if Dick is investigating art theft or art forgeries.
We keep it hush.
More so,
Yeah.
like the lower districts, the Dask are a very big problem right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so more like murders, drug dealing.
Yeah, so the Dask are doing a lot of murder, drug dealing, violent like racketeering,
Human trafficking.
yeah,
Yeah.
type of thing, and the Dask are doing that more openly. The Boromers are a lot more of, we have a business front and we're a family, we're a business, but on the underside, we're like, we've come into this community and hey, we're going to request this money or things are going to get very bad. But they don't need to be because we're going to request this money type of crime. Or insurance fraud, tax things. Whereas
Okay.
the
And
Boomers are
then
more fancy, they have their nice suits. Their suits are clean, their hands are not dirty. Whereas the Dask don't care about getting dirty.
okay. And then kind of with that, I think I'm looking around his apartment, not for stuff about being a cop. He is. Um, I would like to look for like personal effects to see if he has any pictures of his daughter and former partner.
That's what I was gonna ask for. I will
Okay.
help.
We're flipping the
Painting a
picture, right?
picture of Olivia here.
So both Lily and Archibald are investigating.
I want to do it like stealth, like on the down low though. Like, I'm gonna like wait for Renee to be asking him about like the local crime and shit like that, and then I'm gonna kind of go off and be like, use the bathroom.
Oh
So-
yeah,
Do that.
just
So
make
we
sure the
both roll
curtain's
for
shut.
investigation?
Sometimes it blows open from the draft in here.
Oh,
There's
okay.
a bobby pin. Just pin it to the wall and it'll
Oh.
keep the curtain closed.
You have bobby pins? Okay, I'm not even gonna get into
Remember-
that.
When am
Does
I
everyone
rolling
know
this
that he's
investigation?
Olivia's dad?
Oh, you know. You don't know
Yeah.
who else knows.
Yeah.
You
I'm
know.
going for all those.
So Archibald, I don't think Archibald doesn't. Aldrin didn't either, but Lily and Catherine. So both Lily and Archibald roll me stealth checks and then investigation.
Stealth will be 22.
Okay.
Please roll better on this.
I got a dirty 20 on my whatever you call it, perception.
Oh,
Investigation.
I'm distracting you.
Investigation
I'm
will be
talking to you
9.
about the crime.
Do I get any like help or guidance from Renly here?
I had to touch you.
I mean, I don't know if I can help you since I'm
In the
also
bathroom.
investigating, but
I'll
I
kind of
will.
like pat you on the arm while before I go to the bathroom.
Sure.
Okay, thank you.
Catherine's helping.
Yeah.
Take the help. Take the help.
Okay, I'll take help for sure. Thank you.
Yeah. Jake, do you have any advice on
I still need the guidance.
how do you go about once you find out a crime's happened? Where do you start?
Well, that's the
I'm finding
hardest
who did
part.
it.
Is once the crime's
Captain
happened,
D4 from your dragon mark.
at that point,
Yeah, no, I got a 22.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I'm barely
Okay.
beating it. I got a
Both
22.
and do an investigation as well.
Okay. I need my actual dice back. This is so fucked up. This is fucked. Okay. I got an 8 if you're waiting for the number.
Oh, well, so you are rifling.
After finding out he's not Polly, I'm desperately trying to find out who his partner for Olivia was.
So you and Archibald are both rifling through the room, and Archibald, you come upon this picture frame, and Lily bumps into you.
Hey, get your own stuff.
Excuse you.
Oh, come on. Don't be coy.
What'd you find?
Let's see. Flips it over.
it's
So,
a younger picture of Dick in a police uniform, with a very, very young daughter and a wife who's smiling happily. Like, it seems to be like when he got sworn into the force or he took something or whatever. And this is just a very happy picture.
I think as he looks at it, he's going to call across the room to Mr. Brown, and he's going to say, Mr. Brown, you know you could have been eligible for the first responder discount.
Turns around, looks at you. Like any like before how I was being really open with you guys being in here, blah blah blah. Like big ol' nasty frown comes across my face. Like, put that shit down. Stop. Don't.
Who does
It's a brown frown.
a brown
Puts it
frown?
down.
I don't
Who
come
does
in your
Lily
place
recognize
going through
from
your
the
shit.
photo?
Put it the fuck down. Thought you were going to the
Lily.
bathroom.
I
Lily,
wasn't going to the bathroom.
would
Oh shit, yeah, I guess I should shower, huh?
Lily,
I
would
was
you
just
have
walking around.
any care to look into who your ex-fiance remarried?
I think she would have, just to see if he did worse or better for her own knowledge.
I would also argue, at least from what I understand, our family dynamic is, even if Lily did purposely try to stay away from it, somebody else in our family would have pointed it out to her.
Oh, absolutely. Like it would have someone would have told her for sure.
Someone, meaning your sister, probably definitely would have said something.
If not the sister, then his mom or her mom.
I don't think
For sure.
her mother probably wouldn't have said that. Her mother probably would have been a jab every once in a while about a failed engagement. Wisteria would have left a photo on your door. That Wisteria's
Cool.
petty.
So do I recognize someone?
Yeah, I think you do. She's sort of like average, pretty average looking. Like Olivia is. I've cast Olivia more as like a Jenna Ortega would play her. So Olivia looks a lot more like her mother than she does Dick. So she is very like, especially in this younger photo, more girl next door sort of vibe of energy. Sort of like shorter, dark hair, darker features.
Right. And I know who she was in reference to my ex-fiance.
She was her secretary.
Right. And I know that. Okay.
Mm-hmm. She was the
Um,
secretary. You know he left you for the secretary.
Richard, who are these lovely women in this photo?
Doesn't fucking matter. She's no longer in my life.
Both
I
of
think
them?
I might like break my neck. I'd snap around so hard to like look at the picture.
I think I'm like proudly displaying it in front of me.
I put the picture
Both of
down
them
and listened to
or-
Mr. Brown. I'm being gracious.
Sorry,
The
I'm
picture-
referring to the my ex-wife. And that's my daughter.
Your ex-wife.
Yes. Divorce was finalized not that long ago.
When, perhaps, was that finalized?
Oh, she was already with the guy for at least, I don't know, 2 or 3 years. They were finagling the whole time. But
Catherine in the background's looking at Lily and just going, 2 or 3 years.
Nagging.
Do I know how long she was the secretary for?
She was the secretary for a while.
But do I know if it was before or after they started seeing each other?
Oh, you don't know the full timeline. She wasn't a news secretary. Dick, you know she's been a secretary for since around that picture.
honestly,
Is
it's
that-
probably longer. I mean, that picture. What? Olivia looks like 8. So, and that's when she got that job.
10 years?
But,
What job?
She became secretary to some grand poobah. Doesn't fucking matter. She's now sucking them off, getting paid way more than a secretary now. So
Mr. Brown.
I couldn't give a shit about her.
I don't know.
I don't wish
I
her.
don't know.
I don't wish her death. She is
Jimmy
the
has no
mother of
contact.
my daughter.
I know nothing, right? Okay.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Oh, we
What
should go
does her
talk to this
name
guy.
happen? What does her name happen to be?
I mean, I
Your
don't,
wife's name was Jane.
her name's, first off, she's a fucking bitch, so her name doesn't matter.
Oh, yes, of course.
Mr. Brown.
Yes, absolutely. Okay,
Fuck, we're gonna
sure.
talk about her. I'm gonna need to start drinking. This is not.
Um,
I was not
Mr.
expecting this.
You know what?
Brown.
Mr. Brown, I think drinks are on the house tonight, actually, if you come back to the cage.
Oh, that you just convinced me to go where the fuck you're going.
When she says that, I
Absolutely.
say, "Oh, sure then," and I hand him a bottle that came from the bar.
He starts drinking.
Where'd you get that?
A good bartender's always ready to go.
Insight check. You fucking stealing from the bar?
No,
It looks like somebody has no fear of their employer.
I got a 14.
It's that union protection.
I'm gonna help her investigate because he's acting up and being a bad
Oh,
employee.
cool.
Crack down.
Okay, a 15.
okay. What am I rolling? Deception.
If you're lying, you roll a deception.
I like to think it's mine.
I think that the nuance of what ready to go means is what the investigation's about here.
I'm a little drunk. Deception. Okay, I guess I'll lie. Okay. I rolled a 19. I don't have any.
Okay, so I
So-
don't think you took it from the bar.
Yeah, Renly didn't steal from the bar.
No, but I would refill this back up from stuff from the bar if we're giving
Oh.
them free drinks.
How
Oh,
innovative.
Right, you were in charge of the next delivery, of course.
Yeah.
Right. Sorry, I'm so flustered. We should go back to the cage, I think, and just see out the night there. Yes.
Also, it was probably the ale that I provide you with, anyways. So
Okay. Like Sly Fox or something, whatever it is.
Red tail
yeah,
ale.
yeah. I'll make sure I
Red
bring
Tail Ale,
some.
that's
I haven't had that in like 5 years, but I'll bring some to the Red Fair. Expand on my
Anyone
character.
who would like to roll an insight check in this situation in this moment.
For what?
Because Lily seems to be getting very flustered.
As
Oh.
soon as I see that she's agreed with me, I head into the bathroom to go take a shower.
I'll do an insight.
So the shower, how I imagine it, is
Sorry.
you walk in and you've never seen such a shade of yellow in a shower before.
Fucking vile.
The
Because-
sink,
because
the
everything
drain
inside is
isn't
like this.
clogged, but it's like rusty and falling apart. Like if you were to push it with your toe, you imagine you would break the drain entirely and then it'd just be a hole in the floor. The toilet is like right off to the side. And there's no shower curtain. It's more of like another towel that's kind of hung there to kind of stop the water from getting out. And the toilet's just it's not, there's not shit on the seat, but it's also that same shade of yellow.
That's a sentence that should never have the word "but" after it.
The seat is up too, I imagine.
Yeah.
I will take the quickest shower of my life.
Renly, you definitely know that like this mess and this disgustingness is all Dick because his Warforged roommate would not shower or use the bathroom. And Alice, also make a deception check for me.
I got a 21.
21, and a 17. Lily's just a little worked up. This place is a mess. This place is a mess, and you're kind of getting worked up from that. For Archibald.
I only rolled a 17.
Yeah, this place is a mess. And that, yeah, I could fluster anybody.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I
After
guess,
Rin,
she's just a tidy person.
after the
Yep.
quick hour of Rinley's life, you are all welcome. If you'd like to exit, or if you'd like to prod through Dick's apartment more.
No. No.
Is there any food out?
Dick, is there any food?
I guess does Sharn have fridges?
Yeah, there's probably like an enchanted ice box.
Like Alice's campaign when
Yeah.
there was a fridge there. I imagine it looks the same exact one as Cosmo had.
Yeah.
Fall back
Oh,
to that.
definitely.
Yeah, so out on like the counter right next to the kitchen, there's old like Chinese food takeout that's like half eaten and has been sitting there
There's
for a
Chinese
week.
food in this world?
I imagine there's something like that,
It's
or like
not
something to
food.
that extent.
Yeah.
Warforged food.
No.
There's the equivalent of like pizza in the fridge.
There's a slice of 2-week-old there's like 2-week-old pizza in the fridge.
Mhm.
British Chinese food.
Take
Dick
that.
is a very busy guy,
I'm gonna pass on stealing from Dick's fridge.
so he doesn't really cook his own food. He more of orders everything in.
If you guys wanted to raid an apartment, this was the worst one. With your 3 rich group members, you
Yeah.
picked the poorest one. The fucking third. That you guys can then, after, head off from Dick's apartment and make your way back off to the Gilded Cage. And what are your plans at the Gilded Cage now for each of you?
Steak.
I let
Heard so much about
Dr.
the
Chef
steaks.
know that he needs to add the most expensive ingredients possible to this and absolutely upcharge him like so fucking much.
Yeah.
Ma'am,
I asked
You-
for a burger.
and I will charge you.
Pardon?
Tell me the price and I'll charge it.
What was it last night?
I've charged him 15 gold.
Do 150.
Certainly.
Yes. But justify why.
We have the finest grade cut of beef that we have imported in from the isolated elven isles that your ancestors came from.
Absolutely we do. Of course. Only the finest.
And we've imported it specifically for him.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Thank you.
Is there anything else that you, Lily, would like to do back at your own establishment?
I would like to check in with Lindsay and see if anything came up during the day. Or if any mail came in.
As you're coming in, Lindsay, within like seconds of you walking into your facility, she has sort of almost like from a shadow next to you appeared. And they're like, oh, ma'am, I hope your day has gone great.
It's been enlightening, Lindsay, I won't lie. How have things been here?
Oh, things have been fine. It's been like a standard day here.
Good.
Vivian has been running the place excellent.
I would expect she should. And
Yes.
Cora, fine.
Of course, been fine. She's been handling the bar. She said she's
Great.
doing great now that she has no interference.
I see.
I think she was
right.
joking. I think she was joking.
You think? Okay, that's fine.
It's hard telepathy to get the jokes.
No, I understand. The context is never there. Would you do me a huge favor, actually? And remember that time about 5 years ago?
Yes.
Right. Would you mind digging up some information on that? Times and dates, things like that. I'd really appreciate.
Do you want me to she's gonna lower her voice. She goes, "Do you want me to get that box from under your bed with all the letters?"
Yes, please.
Okay.
That
You're
that
really
is
sure you
wonderful.
want me to get that?
Yes, I think it's necessary.
She makes eye contact at Cora from across the bar, and then she turns back.
What was that?
What was what?
Lindsay, I know better. What did she say? What did you say? What did she say?
She said you're looking lovely today, ma'am, as you always
Lindsay,
do.
don't lie to me.
Lindsay, if a bird could sweat, Lindsay starts sweating. Ma'am, she said you look frazzled.
I will accompany you upstairs and regain my composure, and we will get that box together. I
Mm,
think. Please let Vivian know I'm back, so she's relieved of overseeing everything and that she's welcome to perform.
mm-hmm.
We'll go upstairs.
Okay. Okay. I'll meet you up there. I'll go find Vivian, and she vanishes again.
And I head right upstairs.
What is everybody else doing in this bar? So for like the 8 o'clock point of time here at a speakeasy that largely operates from the hours of like midnight on, there is like nobody here really except for the staff.
Well, I got told that this bar is open to me tonight, so I'm fully sitting at this bar right now.
Fuck me.
So yeah, Richard, you slide up to the bar. Cora is slinging. She's getting like she's waiting down the bar, getting stuff set up, and she goes, "You're back again."
Oh, to me?
Yeah.
I'll look at her. Is this the woman that I harassed?
No, this is the Thry-Crean bartender.
Oh, okay. Look at the Thry-Crean and go, don't worry, your boss is paying for me to drink tonight to keep you company.
Her sort of like antennae will twitch a little bit, and Rinley, you get a message in your head. This guy fucking true?
I'm just nodding my head.
You hear a sigh in your head and then back. Well, what do you want? To you, Dick.
I'll clean off the cheapest shit on your bottom shelf, help you guys out.
So, do you want me to just pour it, or do you want me to just...
However it's cheapest.
She picks up like a bottle towards the bottom, like rubs a little dust off of it, and slides the whole thing over to you. It's not full, it's about like half.
Straight from the
Slides that
bottom.
right across.
That's a good thought. And he'll
This
start
looks like a
swigging.
bourbon whiskey that she slid it over to you.
Yeah, he'll start swigging it now.
I'm gonna go behind the bar and grab a cup of coffee, and when I see him start drinking it straight from the bottle, I'll grab a glass and pour it out of the bottle.
I mean, if you want to waste a dish like that, I mean, go for it. I don't need it.
Oh, we have the finest dish cleaners from the Towers education program.
That's crazy. You got interns back there slaving away, huh?
That's one word for them.
Ah.
What are you doing here?
I'm just taking shots, honestly.
You guys are all so fucked up.
We're the only ones here, and we're getting fucked up.
Yeah. People are gonna come in tonight and immediately see you all fucked up and be
They're
like,
gonna be so.
okay, bye.
They're gonna be so.
I saw a
turned off
picture of
by it.
Susan.
I poured the Belladonna a shot and make her Aperol spritz.
Thank you. Aperol spritz would be very nice. But also, she like scuns the shot and is like 3 more, and then I think I might be good to start the night.
Like one of those fancy lines of like rainbow shots, where it's like 6 in a row that do the color of the rainbow.
Yeah.
Archie? Can I interest you?
I'm gonna start just. I won't even use my hands. I'm just going like down.
I make Archibald an old fashioned without him ordering it.
He wants a.
Or he's a wine guy. He's wine, right?
No. Wow. You don't remember Archibald's order?
Wow.
The
Hold on.
bartender.
If you served him the old
Yeah.
fashioned, he would push it back.
No, you do a gin and tonic or something with gin.
Okay.
He didn't go.
I have it written down here. He's
I got it.
very particular about his drink. Calypso, calm down.
Oh, you ordered the martini like James
So
Bond,
riled up.
didn't you?
Gin martini,
It was the martini.
top
Yeah.
shelf, filthy, hold the olive, and an oyster shooter. Catch
Yep.
of the day.
That's what it was.
And I gave you clams, right?
No, you didn't give him any oyster. You said we had no oyster.
And then ate one in front of him.
Yes.
He'll take the oyster this
I'll
time.
give him his oyster shooter this time. I'll
That'll be
charge
his
it.
meal since he lost his appetite because of recent events.
Yeah, as the drinks are being passed out, and this scene is now unfolding in front of her, Cora's gonna look at the three of you and go, "What the fuck happened out there that's making you all drink like this?"
Oh, we had a success today, so we have to celebrate.
She's gonna look at Catherine. Catherine, are you being like? Is it visible that you're a little shaken and just drinking?
Yeah, but she's got a good liver.
Okay. Okay. Cora, if
The
you want to
question
hide,
is, why aren't you
Mhm.
drinking with us?
I'm on the job.
Yeah,
You could take one.
yeah, you could have 3.
So you like to show up to your job drunk, Mr. Brown.
Hmm. When I'm on the job, I stay sober, but my job is a little different than this job. You could be a little and be fine.
Yeah, I agree. Getting fucked up before working, I think it makes me have a better shift, if anything.
Yeah, maybe you'll get more tips if you got a smile on your face instead of being grumpy.
She looks at you with her like pinch your mouth. Would you like me to smile more, Mr. Brown?
Yeah, I could see you already smiling right now.
The bug eyes just blinking at you.
There you go. And Mr. Dick will kind of like put up his finger, like pointing at their face, but it's like
Uh-huh.
pointing off to the side.
I see the whiskey hits him fast.
It's done. He chugged it all.
Brinley, do you serve the oyster shooter in the shelf?
Yes.
Archibald eats the shell.
I add a $15 charge because we reuse our shelves.
What?
We have other uses for them. Not for this. No,
This is
don't worry
a
about it. What we do.
well-known halfling tradition to eat the shell.
Yes, we save them for the halflings that come in.
As Archibald is just on the shelf.
And then he chases it with like olives because the whole
Sorry, I was
Oh,
thinking
no.
of clams, not oysters. You can eat the oysters.
Oh,
I'm
I
so
hold
glad
the
Lily's not
olive.
there.
Oysters
Just
aren't
like the wine.
aphrodisiac.
Yeah.
You gotta get the whole nutrients,
So, Rinley, as that mess is unfolding, you are sort of probably helping Cora set up the bar, and you sort of move around the corner to go grab something, and immediately you have a hand on your shoulder.
I turn and look at who I assume is Olivia.
Yeah, Olivia is not come out towards the bar because somebody's sitting there, but is sort of back towards the side, and she goes, "Hey, can I talk to you for like a minute?"
Mm-hmm.
And it's gonna pull you back away from the bar, out of eye shot of what's going on over there. And she'll be like, "So, I'm sorry that I got a little mean yesterday. I sort of like, yeah, I slept on it, and seeing him just sort of, I wasn't expecting to see him yesterday."
It makes two of us.
Yeah, yeah, I haven't seen him. It's been
5
three
years.
years, like three, maybe four-ish. It's complicated, you know?
Did you talk to him at all?
I tried, but they don't go well. So seeing, talking, it's been a long time.
He's certainly a hard man to talk to.
Yeah, yes, he is. Was he sober today?
Up until about an hour ago, 30 minutes ago,
Hmm,
whenever we got here.
interesting. So how did it go? Your
It was a successful day. He's wildly impressive at what he does when he wants to be.
That's shocking for how he is now, but I guess back in the day, I could get that.
What all happened that you haven't talked to him in so long?
She'll sort of look off in the direction going towards where Dick is. You know how I can see things that most people can. And I've been able to do that since I was a kid. Can imagine with my dad's line of work that was lucrative. I thought, that my dad just liked to spend time with me.
I'm sorry that he used you like that.
It's whatever, can't pick our parents.
No, but we can pick our friends.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
never really got an apology for any of it. Just more of like, what, you're mad at me, blah, blah, blah. That, I expressed how I felt, and it was my fault for feeling that way.
well, I am sorry for what I said yesterday. I think it came across not how I intended it to.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
How
I'm
has your
sorry.
day been?
Up in your face about working with him. You didn't know who he was.
No, he's certainly an interesting man. But enough about him. How's your day been?
It's been fine. Nothing's really going on here. Set up. I had class earlier. It's easy enough.
Learn anything interesting?
No, divination class is easy. Comes naturally.
Fair enough.
So did you stop a play?
Stop a play?
A plague.
A plague? Oh, I think no. I love the arts. um,
Rinley's anti-theater.
You could say that. There was a lover's quarrel in the middle of it that we had to solve.
Interesting. I wouldn't expect a lover's quarrel in that. Huh.
Well, love can make us do some crazy things.
I guess. So what was the rat flu like?
Well, makes your eyes go really crazy. Just like tweak out for a second, remembering it. But there's ways to get rid of it. And it really wasn't that big of a deal, but obviously it's impacted a lot of people in a very negative way. I hate to see what it's turned my community into.
Yeah, that would have sucked to be a rat.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, I'm glad you're back.
Me too.
Is my dad drunk over there?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna stay back here. I'm gonna stay over here.
Okay. As we start to walk away, I'll put my arm on her shoulder and say, "Thank you for coming to talk to me, and I'm sorry for what you had to deal with growing up."
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. We all got our stuff.
I know.
She'll lightly tap your side. We all got our stuff. Not all of us can come from an incredible druid enclave, you know?
Well, we're all running from something.
In this place, yes, we are.
And I will head back over to the bar.
And we will go up to Miss Lily.
Do we have to?
Yeah, yeah. What is the scene going on? I assume in Lily's private quarters, up above the gallery, most likely.
Yeah, so I think that we've established that her apartments are very devoid of any personal. They're very you cutter, home magazine, whatever. But under her bed there's a loose tile that has a shoebox in it. I think relevant newspaper cuttings to things that have happened in her life that Lindsay is aware of. And one of those would have been the newspaper clipping that has her cousin flashed across the front with a new album release, and then underneath is a picture of her crying.
Yes.
And it says Eris's cousin, seen in Lover's Quarrel or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah. I think she's
through drawing
trying...
with makeup tears down your face.
Yeah. So I think she's just trying to look for the dates for everything and see when, compared to that photo that she saw in Dick's apartment, see when they started seeing each other. Roughly, how long ago was the breakup? How long ago was that picture when she was hired? How long ago does she remember there being something weird?
I think either roll an investigation or history, whatever you believe is more fitting for Lily.
Please.
And Lindsay will help you.
Thank you, Lindsay, because yes,
emotionally,
I need my dice back. I need my dice back.
How emotionally together do you think Lily is being in this moment?
I think that in front of Lindsay, she's trying to be somewhat put together because, she's her boss, right?
I will say, I think out of any of your employees, Lindsay has probably seen you at your worst moments.
Yeah, for sure.
Probably out of your control, seen you at your worst.
Yeah, I think she's literally my shadow when I'm inside the thing.
Yeah.
So I think she's seen me at some pretty low. She was probably there when this all happened, more than likely. So I think Lily's trying to compose herself to go back downstairs to join the group and figure out how to kind of deal with Richard,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, kind of try to come to some conclusion by herself as to when this would have happened
Mm-hmm.
to see if this was prior to their engagement or if this was post engagement and how long into that would have been.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so like a history check, you can have advantage.
Right. I got like a 13
Hmm.
with advantage.
With advantage, I think with the 13, you're only able to not really piece together exactly when it happens, but you remember, I think you remember times getting weird right after your engagement. Like things were like not looking great, and then you got engaged, and there was like a period of like, oh, this is great, and then things got weird.
Okay.
We'll see what Lindsay.
Yeah, what does Lindsay think?
Lindsay's sort of looking over your shoulder very like awkwardly. And she's like, ma'am, there's like a clipping of like a dinner party. There's like a
Oh,
picture of a clipping of that dinner party. And
right.
she's pointing.
I'll
And
look.
is the woman you're looking for? And in like a group dinner party for like your engagement, you could see her.
Is she like looking at my ex-fiance?
She's not that far from him in the photo. It's like a more
Okay.
group photo at a table
Mm-hmm.
or like an illustration, and she's not that far.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's her. If that helps anything.
No, it definitely does. Thank you, Lindsay. I I might as well share with you that tonight I was at Richard Brown's apartments, and evidently that woman is his ex-wife,
Lindsay's
and
eyes. Her
the
brother's wrong.
mother of Olivia, from what
Oh
I
shit!
suppose. Yes. This came as quite a shock, and
Lindsay scratches her head a little bit, like, ma'am,
mhm.
ah, that's so. This is like a kind of a full circle moment because I've remembered Olivia mentioning that her mother married someone that's rich.
Mm, mhm.
She never like talked about him. She's mentioned a stepdad before, like a rich stepdad.
No,
Just like it very much if that helps.
no, it doesn't.
I didn't think anything of it.
I'm
I
just
just felt rich. A lot of people in this city are rich.
no. I mean, I wouldn't have assumed either. But I'm not, Lindsay. I'll admit, I'm not quite sure what to do in this moment. Whether I tell Mr. Brown or how to behave myself, honestly. So
I think you deserve to behave however you feel like you should.
I appreciate that. That's not
The
how I
problem,
should
yeah.
behave, though.
Yeah.
Um, I am curious to know if my aunt knew anything. But I feel like that Mr. Brown, in a sense, deserves to know,
Does he?
considering, well, fate brought us this close together. It wouldn't have otherwise, right?
Yeah. Well, I think it's less of if Mr. Brown deserves to know and more of if it's on you to tell him.
Well, maybe not then. I mean, it's so far behind me. It's ridiculous that I'm even behaving like this in the first place.
Like glances down, Lindsay glances down at all the kept newspaper clippings. You say this is very far behind me, and then quickly looks
To be
back up.
fair, it's like 5 years ago in her how long of a life? So like
250-year-old life. This was only 5 years ago.
yeah, it's fine.
Very quickly, Lindsay glances down at all the scattered news clippings, and then very quickly back up at you.
It's well, I think I think it's good that we know that for our own security, but um maybe I'll hold off at this time of telling Mr. Brown. I don't think he's in any kind of mental state to deal with it. Also, I was there last night when he mentioned that his uh flatmate was also his partner.
They use the word partner a lot, but he's a cop, right?
No, he definitely is. Absolutely.
I think cops use partner very loosely.
I have to agree because
We sort of turn the word partner into something else, and they use it for a completely
Yes.
different.
Yes, they do. And it's like 20-year-old roommate, his partner, and it was just kind of odd when we went, and then it was essentially a child, and then made a fool of myself mentioning something, and it was just simply ridiculous. So, um,
So
very odd man.
he has a young roommate.
Yes, like a college student almost, because he mentioned class.
Oh, that kind of makes sense. Mr. Brown seems very poor.
Yes, yes. I
We
do believe he's no
rent.
longer employed by the watch.
Probably needed to split the rent, and a college student does seem pretty desperate to pay less.
Yes, I do believe Mr. Brown's bed was the couch, as it was. So,
He chuckles.
um, hmm,
That's very fitting.
I'm just, I don't know, Lindsay. I find myself at a loss of how to conduct myself, knowing that we're inexplicably tied in this way with our history.
Hmm. So unfortunate that you're tied to him that way.
I know. Who would have thought? Me in the lower class.
How? Okay, so there's him. Do you? Olivia's working today. Are you going to be okay around her?
Well, I don't find her at fault for her own parents.
Yeah. She also doesn't
It's
seem to like her mom that much either.
no, nor her mother. So I don't believe I should worry her with it. But it is interesting nonetheless. But it doesn't seem like she gets much help from her stepfather in the first place. So I don't think I should mention it.
Yeah, she seems to be living on her own.
Right.
And somebody with the whole wealth of a Dragon Mark house behind them surely has room for a
Well,
college student.
new money anyway.
They're a young house.
They are. So I mean, I shan't expect to understand the intricacies of their books, but as new money is, to kind of like adjust like the sheets on her bed.
Is there anything you need, ma'am, to help you deal with all this?
I believe our conversation has been enlightening, Lindsay. I'll see myself downstairs.
That's good. Also, ma'am, I was gonna bring this up before. Not anything bad, but Nyla wanted to see you, and Nyla is your associate in your other end of the business.
So, of course.
She
Do I
wanted to,
think it's appropriate at this time of night to go see her?
yeah, you can see her at any time of night.
Yeah, I'll go visit her then before I remingle with the group.
You have two associates on your art ends that are important. You have what was her name? Nyla Shu is your painter.
Okay.
Nyla is a very eccentric artist. She is a Kalishtar, which Kalishtar are these like people that have a symbiotic relationship with a dream spirit that lives in their
Oh,
body.
okay.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
Cool.
What was her name? Sorry.
Nyla. Nyla Shu.
Nyla Shu.
Yes.
Okay.
And your other cohort, who would not be out today because she fronts the business end of your art gallery, is Maddie Mae Moore. She is a changeling.
That makes sense. Okay.
She's a changeling. So looks like you have many more people staffed at your gallery, but you just
No, of course I do. Okay. I'll go see Nyla then.
so Nyla has a sort of in the back of the gallery and more of the guts of it. There is basically a giant studio, and you walk into the studio, and there is it's like a tornado has sort of gone off. There are splatters of paints on the wall. There is just messes of clay crusting along the floor, and there is a young woman, this sort of like olivey skin, this long dark hair pulled back, these like this sort of jumpsuit on to catch a lot of the paint, but she just has paint splattered all over her, and she is like violently going ham on a canvas. And you walk in, and she has not noticed you're there.
Uh, Good evening, Nyla.
She's still going. Has not acknowledged you.
Nyla.
Huh? And she'll whip her head around, and her eyes were like glowing slightly, and they fade. And they go, oh, yes. Oh, hey, Lily.
I'm so sorry to interrupt your process.
It's okay.
Lindsay told me that you needed me.
Oh, yes. So, you know how we were trying to get our hands on the work of that New Age artist up over with what were the people they were with? Was it the Genasi? Something like that. We
Hey,
can't get a hold.
was it that modern art thing that they were interested in? Oh
Yeah,
God.
those god awful things. We can't get a
Right.
hold of them.
What is the issue?
They refuse to speak with just me. They want you
Oh,
personally.
quite unexpected.
Yes. And I don't wish to just attempt to recreate that god awful art without having my hands on it first.
No, I would never expect that, of course. Did they say exactly why they wanted to speak to me directly?
Only, only wanted to speak with you. That wouldn't give me anything.
I see. Can I do an insight check on Nyla?
Yeah,
What's her deal right now? 19.
19. Nyla is half paying attention to this conversation.
Right, of course, naturally.
Naturally, Nyla is like always somewhere else, no matter how important. Like, I think frustratingly for you, no matter how important
Yeah,
your conversations
yeah, of
are, she's very clearly somewhere else. But god damn it, her work is good.
course. Okay. It's like half the people I employ. Okay. Um, did they happen to give any more information about anything when you talked to them? As in, where do they want to meet me? Why particularly? When?
His gallery. God awful place. It's even worse there in person when there's more of it. His
Where is
gallery
his gallery?
on the other end of the district where all those new buildings are coming up. It's right by that Borimer Cafe.
Oh God, do you think he's employed by them?
The coffee's dreadful.
It's terrible.
It's
Lindsay
terrible.
grabbed it from me this morning. It's disgusting.
It's disgusting. Why? They have stock arts on the walls, Lily.
Of course they do. They don't have the budget. They don't have the
Ugh.
budget, darling.
Knockoff, too, even more of an insult.
It's all prints. It's disgusting.
The gallery's right next to it.
Okay. And his name was again?
Ignatius. How on the nose
Oh,
for a
how
Myerton.
pretentious.
He's doing a water collection, if you could believe.
And that's the one that our curator wanted.
Yes.
I'll have to speak with him. There's no way we're doing that. Not if he's landed with armies.
He only wants you. He said nobody else.
Yeah, right. All right, well, I appreciate it, Nyla.
Yes, of course.
Anything else you wanted to speak about while I'm here?
No. I'm working on our next forgery. I think it's going incredible.
Oh, it's beautiful, darling.
Thank you.
Is there anything that Maddie wanted to speak about?
Maddie, she's dreadful as always.
Yeah.
She came in here before. She said something, but I didn't have a mind to listen.
If you had to remember, what was it, perhaps?
No, I don't have a mind to remember.
Insight check?
Yeah, make it.
Does she just fucking hate Maddie or what's going on? I got him like shit. I got a 7.
I guess with a 7, you're not going to understand her feelings in this moment, but from what you understand, you hired Maddie because she's a no-nonsense business person who's make sure that this gallery is afloat and running.
Right, so they fucking hate each other.
Yes, but they
Okay.
constantly work together efficiently, but they cannot stand each other.
Right, okay. Would you know that I was asking for her? It can be as few words as spelling.
I'll just say your name.
All right, that's fine. I have to go back to the club as you know, but I'll make sure to handle this little issue.
Will you please? I want that garbage in and out of here as quickly as possible.
I'd hate to interrupt your process.
Thank you. You always understand me, Lily.
Always.
Mwah, mwah. I have to.
The little smooch
Yeah,
smooch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mwah,
And I
mwah.
go back upstairs or wherever I have to go.
You go back in through the
Away from this.
Yeah. There, as you walk out, you just hear splatters.
Is Lindsay standing there?
Lindsay was outside the door patiently waiting.
I'll just roll my eyes and walk back into the bar.
You come back into this scene of the drunks at the bar.
See, everyone is enjoying themselves.
How is everyone feeling with their alcohol intake?
How do oysters make you feel? What are they having them?
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
They have pea crabs, which I learned this past week are great at uptaking PFAS, which are the forever chemicals in our environment. So.
Oh, they have zinc.
Sorry.
So
Of course.
So Archibald feels high because he ate oyster. And as everyone knows, halflings are very susceptible to zinc. So that's why they eat the shells.
Yes.
It's also good calcium.
Yes.
Very
Archibald is
health
investing on oyster
conscious.
shells at the moment. Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Richard, how are you doing with your? Cora has given you another dusty bottle to finish off.
Oh no. Cora wants to see my downfall.
She does. Oh, she does.
I'm gonna. I'll do a
You
wisdom
said you
saving
were
throw
willing to
with
clear out your bottom
disadvantage.
shelf. You took that
Yeah, yeah.
seriously.
Hold on. I'm gonna do a wisdom saving throw with disadvantage.
Disadvantage, please.
So we just do
That's
so
a
many wisdom
16.
to disadvantage he had to do it himself.
That's a 6. I'm downing that shit.
So make me a Constitution saving throw as well at disadvantage. See how well you're handling your second bottle.
Um. Oh, that was a 10.
So Richard, you chug down that second bottle and you immediately feel a churning in your stomach.
I'm gonna so graciously excuse myself from the bar and just sit on the toilet, knowing what's
you
gonna
knock
happen
over-
next.
Yeah, you knock over the stool next to you as you get up and have to sort of follow the wall to the bathroom.
Yeah, I'm a pro. I know what's happening. It's okay.
Yeah. So Richard's done that. And Catherine, how's it going for you?
I took the stage. Nobody was looking. Can I perform?
Absolutely. People have not started filing in yet. The gilded cage is not technically open.
A
It's a
decent.
mic check.
You do
Yeah,
have your
mic check.
D4. You can also add.
Because, you know, I'm a fan of the arts.
Mm-hmm.
30-20.
Catherine has taken to the stage. She has not taken the drag off yet, so she is still in full drag. And she is giving honestly an incredible performance for only you guys.
Oh, come on, new friends. Power of Friendship, my next debut single. You guys can all feature. Royalties will be spread equally. Is the other performer there?
Vivian is there, yes.
Can I talk to her?
Absolutely.
Okay. So after I'm done performing, I would walk off the stage and just be like, so, have you run into any other dicks recently aside from ours?
No, that's the main one, and he keeps coming back.
Have you seen his friend since he left?
I haven't.
Huh. Noted.
No one like that has come back in this establishment today.
No weird figures at all.
Not really. Not outside our usual brand of weird here.
Okay. Well, that's good to know, I guess.
Darling, are you doing all right?
I'm honestly living my best life. Just downed like a whole 8 shots of rainbow liquid.
Mm-hmm. I saw that. That was a little concerning.
It was impeccable performance.
Alcohol does not throw you off your game.
No.
A consummate perfection.
A cleric would hate to see my liver coming though.
Darling, why don't you go have some water?
Um,
Drink some water, dear. Rinley, get her a cup of water.
I will take the
Well,
water.
offers our oyster.
I will eat the oyster.
Shell?
Of course. I'll at least
Okay.
take like a little nibble. My teeth. Well, wait. What kind of teeth do I have again?
You have brittle teeth.
You don't have the sharp shatter kind.
Ah, if I had the sharp teeth, I would have went for it. But I'll give it I'll lick it like a popsicle to see if it gives me any zinc benefit.
It does not. It does.
He's consumed so much zinc. He's like the hotel manager from Armand from White Lotus, where he's like high and like doing like the service. He's just like floating around.
The kidney stones that Archibald is gonna pass. Catherine, after You down your cup of water, ready to probably take the stage again. I'd take a large
Oh,
position.
of course.
You hear a little chime go off in your head,
Oh God.
and you hear, "Thank you for taking Orion Communication Services. You have a message from Elvenor to Farland. Would you like to hear it?"
Block. Hang up.
The message plays anyway.
Damn it. I'm under the influence. I accidentally clicked the wrong option
Yeah.
in my own mind.
You hear the voice of your mother chime out in your head. "Hello, Catherine, darling. We heard you took down a plague in the city. Didn't know you were fighting crime now, but your father and I would like to celebrate your success. Please come down to our home tomorrow and bring all of your new friends." There's a moment of pause. "And bring Lily, too." And the voice chimes off. And that's where we'll end it for the night.
I'm unassociated. What do you mean?
I wonder if the empty chair will still be there.
Dude, if it is, I'm gonna fucking lose it, okay? After tonight, it's so bad.
Can I message before we're done? Can I message my mother to RSVP?
Yes, you can.
All right, I RSVP with her and tell her that Lily's actually been seeing a new guy, but he's kind of a dick. So I don't know if he'll tag along.
Why the fuck would you say that? Why do you hate me, actually? What the fuck?
So this is why she's the pop star and you're not.
No, this is why she... I can't. Why she's entitled as fuck and has never worked a day in her actual life.
I love money.
She works
Bitch,
very
me
hard.
too, you're not special. What?
My boss doesn't pay me enough. I have to live in the slums.
Rinley, you shut the fuck up, okay?
Him?
You get paid more than enough.
You
If
need
you're-
employees. All I know how to do is bite the hand that feeds them.
No. He spends all his extra money gambling on FanDuel, as we know, clearly, so that's his own fault.
Still,
Dude,
still racist.
Excuse you, you don't know why or where my money goes.
Certainly not to your living
Just because
expenses.
his sentient overlord likes to do that does not mean that he likes to do it.
Lily's life is crumbling before her.
Yeah. I wasn't
Oh my God.
expecting it to get so bad for Lily so quickly.
It got
Was it
so bad
public
so
knowledge-
fast.
Was it public knowledge that both your exes were married now? I was very unaware that that was a thing.
Oh, yeah, no, this was one of the first
Oh.
things that
Oh
happened.
wait, you guys didn't know that?
I didn't.
No.
So am I reading this correctly? What is happening?
No, this has been like in the making since Doug and I made our characters, actually, like back in Anthony's Philly apartment.
You never
Years ago.
told me. You never told me about it. I just didn't remember.
He was too busy playing on
No.
FanDuel. He wasn't listening to you. You're telling
But no,
No,
when we
like,
first solidified
yeah,
Doug's
no.
character, because Alice's character she and I made when she stayed at my apartment in Philly a while ago. But when we finally solidified Dick, we knew he wanted a daughter and an
Dick solidifying.
and
The dick jokes are great. I love this name.
I keep calling him Richard on purpose.
yeah, that's what I keep on.
Ricky.
But I thought it would be so funny. If I knew Alice and I had established she had a fiance who left her for somebody else, and I knew that Richard had an ex-wife who cheated on him, and I was like, this would be so fucking funny if it was with each other.
It's very funny. I like that. That was a good twist.
Yeah, it's so great. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, who did Archibald get to cheat on with? You know,
You
where
could
does
have
he come
fucked
into
my
the love
ex-wife.
triangle now?
She was a whore anyway.
Archibald was actually the rebound immediately afterwards
He's
before
not
finding.
even sure if Olivia's
That's
his
crazy.
at this point.
Olivia's
Oh my
mine.
God.
How tall? Hey, wait. No. How tall is
That
it?
makes it so much more fucked up, dude. Don't say that.
No, I don't feel like. Oh my god.
Is Olivia say Below 5 feet tall.
No,
She's actually 5'1".
So there's a chance.
Olivia is
I will
not.
say that one of the things we established actually on the way to last year's Ren Fair was that when I broke up with, or when my fiance, sorry, broke up with me, that it was not me in the front pages, it was actually Catherine splashed across the front page, and then me as like a little tiny snippet underneath that, like
Yeah.
having a breakdown.
Yeah.
So never has Lily once ever been a headline above her cousin.
Your name is never even in the papers. It's always in reference to being her.
Yes.
Mhm.
I gotta keep mommy's favor, you know? I love being mommy's favorite girl.
You literally hate that. What are you talking about?
But I love her money.
It's Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah, me
Classic
too, bitch.
Stockholm syndrome.
Stockholm syndrome.
Girl, I'm trying to get access to my like ancestral house. What are you talking about?
Well, hey, you'll get to have dinner. Maybe you could get access.
Great, after Catherine said that I'm dating Dick. That's great.
Steaks.
Wasn't expecting that part.
Look, it could open up doors. How are you you need a house to raise a family.
Mm.
You think Lily's
Right.
trying to raise a family? Okay.
Lily's trying to end families.
That's what you say to get the house.
Lily's ending family lines. She's not starting them.
Listen, whoever my aunt tells me to end is who I end, okay?
Look, the first step to lying
Is
is saying
Rinley
something.
in on any of that? Like, do I know about all of this other illegal shit going down?
Does
Does
he?
he?
I
That's a question for you. How
I
much
feel
do
like
you know?
I feel like if I do, I have to kind of reevaluate my whole goals with this place.
I think that, okay. I think Rinley would know about the art gallery, because that's clearly the front for this whole place, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if he would necessarily know about the family side of things.
Yeah, I don't think because the Farlands don't make it. Obviously, they don't make it public that they. that
Yeah.
they're-
I'm also pretty new.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't have to start trying to bring down the establishment yet.
Please don't. I'm begging you. I'm so low already.
Tear
The
it down.
Farland-
I think we're
The
gonna have to poach a
Farlands-
bartender.
Yeah,
No,
the Farlands,
you
like,
can't.
they sort of like own all the theaters, and they're the super rich people who put all their money to the arts.
Ooh, I like that.
But who makes the best spies? The people performing at parties.
What you can do.
Who's the best spy, and then who's also the best person to kill somebody at the party is the performer. They're in and they're out.
Wrong. Best Buy and the
Oh,
Fox
Ab,
people.
what the fuck was that?
That was fire. It brought me back to 2017.
Disgusting.
All right, I'm gonna stop
Oh, yes.
recording.
Yeah, it's not like a